Serment Alhamavendi. Outlandisch. I am from a small village near Hanover, which is a capital of Lower Saxony in Germany, but I moved to Berlin 4 years ago. Beside playing League of Legends 12 hours a day, I would say doing some music as a DJ since 12 years. Actively playing games, I started I think with 3 or something. My mother played with me Tetris on the Nintendo Entertainment System, but League of Legends since the first day of beta. It was actually really interesting. I was playing for a Pro Division for my Insanity, and we sadly demoted from the league. So I felt like I need a new start in a different league so I can build up a new image, try to improve as a player. Maybe a new environment would help me to achieve the goals in my career. So I actively looked for teams in NLC, and I joined KOVA because I felt like these players that were already in the team had no expectations from me, and they didn't have any negative image about me, so I had the new fresh start for myself. So KOVA gave me this new start and it was really successful. I would say I have like 3 different favorite champs, depends like on the mood. I would say Silas is my favorite champ because he has like this versatile playstyle, but he's not playable in jungles, so I would say either Echo or Lee Sin. I think the best thing about gaming is winning and losing at the same time, because like winning gives you such a satisfying feeling that you achieved something, but losing in the gaming environment always gives you the opportunity to get better and to look at your own mistakes, which not every like job in the world provides this. So it's really exciting to have like this, to achieve something, but at the same time to get better any day. I think the worst thing about gaming is, especially like in the esports scene, is that everyone compares you to other players, and sometimes it's not fair, or you don't have like enough self-reflection to understand how good you are as a player. So sometimes you feel trapped in the like people comparing you to other players, and sometimes it can hurt. But if you have like a decent level of ego and not too much ego, I think it's pretty manageable. I would say it's a lot of team effort and like nothing specifically someone's like best mechanically or something. I would say everyone's doing his part, but judging by the last Grim days, I would say like Simply is doing the best job right now. The funniest guy is for sure Tatui, I would say, because he has like, he's like so tall, and then if he talks, it's like, he looks like a clown. So like everything he says is really, really funny. And like, even if he's like serious and saying, I don't want to play Cyan, like this is basically my favorite part. He doesn't want to play tanks. And this is really funny because at the end, he still plays tanks. So that's really funny. I would say like Simply, because Simply has like sometimes these awkward moments, like even in scrims where he says something, he doesn't want to be funny, but sometimes he's like on accident funny, so it's like kind of worse jokes, but hard to judge that. For sure, Tiara. He told me that his name is from a K-pop band, and I don't respect people that listen to K-pop, so no offense to everybody that watches this interview, but I think K-pop is at least not my taste of music. I think the easiest answer is Faker. I would say like solo queue, probably Dopa. I think he has like a big fan base, and he created a lot of like strategies in solo queue, and he found out how he can abuse solo queue ladder or dodging or MMR fixing and whatever. He had like so much impact on the solo queue scene. So I would say Dopa had what Faker did for the competitive scene, Dopa did for solo queue. I think like you can see it like in 2 different ways. My idol in real life is my sister, because she was battling cancer like 10 years ago, and that like had such an impact on my life, because I felt like, okay, if she can like survive that, I can survive anything in life. So my name is even connected to her. So every time I play and I lose, I feel like, okay, dude, like, don't be sad. Like, your sister went through shit like that. You can survive having one lose. And if I win, I'm so happy because I know I can share this achievement with my sister. In game, it would be for sure Gilius, because Gilius has kind of the same mentality as me. Like, he's a fighter, he never gave up, even though this split, even when he doesn't get the LEC spot, the first thing he wrote is, I will climb solo queue and come stronger next year. And this happens for him basically like every year. He needs to prove himself again, and this is what I'm really looking up to. This is a difficult question, because I think 10 years ago I didn't see myself playing with 26 in an esports team. I would say I would love to be still like in an esports environment. Like, I have this big dream that I do a esports bar in Berlin, so I have always like this drive to do something in esports. And I would say best would be like a mixture of like working in esports, but having still my continue my master degree in political science. I think the coolest LoL match is probably the second game we had against Barrage with KOVA and in the spring split in NLC, because this was the game where we could decide it ourselves if we can reach playoffs or not. And if we would have lost, it was depending on the other teams, but I told my team that it's important that we achieve that by ourselves without like looking at statistics and hoping that everyone else is losing. And we were, I think, 9 or 10k gold behind because they played a really aggressive early game team. So we needed to sacrifice a lot in early game, but we bounced back so good, and we had so insane team fights. Everyone was just screaming. This was like just pure success, and it was really nice. I think that's kind of complicated to explain, because my parents are refugees. They came to Germany, so I had maybe a different dream than everyone else in Germany. I think my biggest dream was just to prove myself that it doesn't matter where you come from, if you're Arabic and Kurdish, what I am, that you don't need to like hide yourself, that you can like achieve a high school degree, a university degree. And this was my biggest childhood dream, and that I basically survived my childhood without getting bullied too much, to have like nice personality. I didn't have like this, okay, I want to be a policeman one day. I just told myself that I want to be an idol one day for the Arabic community, and that people can look up to me. Not sure if I have achieved that, but I think with the resources I had, I did a decent job. I actually enjoyed a lot. I think like Finnish people are like, as nature of their personality, really calm. At least this is like the impression I had like being in Finland and working with Finnish players, and especially since like the Finnish League of Legends scene isn't like that big. People don't have that much ego. If you would like compare it like maybe to France or Germany, where we have like a big esports culture in League of Legends, where a lot of players reach LEC or Worlds. Sometimes it's a bit difficult to work with these players, because they have like a really high expectation from themselves and from the other players they're working with. So it's like a mixture of like ego and like sometimes a bit difficult. But Finnish people, especially in this team, everyone is super calm, everyone is willing to work, everyone takes criticism, so it's really nice. I think the latest movie I watched was a documentary on Netflix. I don't know, this guy is like really famous. He did like a documentary about like animals in the jungle and how the environment, or how like humans like destroy the environment, so the animals have less space for themselves. So yeah, I think this was the last movie I watched. Yes, for sure. I felt really familiar with the bonobos in the forest. Unluckily, my latest food was from Hesburger. I think this is not really good food, but they advertise with really cheap meals, and my teammates are saying Hesburger is so good. I'm like, okay, let's try that. And my burger was basically 80% onion and 20% mayonnaise. So sadly, it was Hesburger. I would say thank you, like, for supporting me so much. I think when I played in Germany, it was never the same feeling where people actively supported me, because like the competition is so high and everyone like was talking about each other. It was like sometimes really weird, but the Finnish community like took me as an experienced player. I get private messages where they say like they're a big fan of me, and it's really cute. They gave me this nickname Lepa Comics, which basically means Batman, which is really cute. And yes, I would like to say thank you, and I will make you proud. I will be the future of Finnish junglers, or junglers that play in the Finnish organization, and I will raise the Finnish flag to the highest point. Sauna or jacuzzi? Oh, I would say sauna. I think sauna is really, really nice. You can relax. All the solo queue hate gets out, and you just enjoy your life.